Hi guys, welcome to the next video. So I thought I am actually feeling a little bit better, so why not come on, do a video, and then I'll do a live tomorrow. But the video I wanted to do was one kind of eyeshadow palette that I feel like I do use, but I've never really kind of properly done an actual review on. And it is, excuse me if I look pale guys, I'm not feeling great, but I definitely feel a little bit better than I did earlier. I know I put up a post earlier that I wasn't going to come on today, but I will. But the one I'm talking about is the one I put a short up on yesterday, and it's the teddy bear. I put it on TikTok, I put it on my Instagram, and I also popped it on a short here last night. And it's the Too Faced teddy bear kind of palette, because I think it's a really good palette. It is smaller than the other Too Faced palettes, but it does have a lot in there. It's great for travel, and the colors are just amazing. They're absolutely gorgeous. You get a full length mirror, but these are the colors you get here. Now the other two bigger ones are still eyeshadows, but you can certainly use them, this one as like either if you want to use it as a blush or a bronzer, that's what that looks like. But I've used them all as eyeshadows. You get some shimmers, you get 4 shimmers. I wouldn't really call them the other one I would call an actual glitter is this one. So we're going to do that today. And I just really think it deserves some love. I mean, it's been out for about 3 years. It smells like chocolate, so if you're not somebody who likes scents or anything like that, probably not for you. It is small, but the benefit of that is that it's really travel friendly. But it's a really good palette. It used to be quite expensive. I think it used to be about £44, but it's only 24 now. And that is, I got mine in Cult Beauty. What I'll do is I'll put in the description below where I find it, because I don't think it's available in Cult Beauty anymore. But you get a really good variation of browns, some roses, some golds. So it's more the warm tone browns and roses that you're going to get. And you've got that very deep plum, and there is a huge scent of chocolate off of this, just so to be aware of. And again, you do have a full length mirror. So what I haven't done, I've just done my skincare today. I did a little bit of self-tanning last night, not too much. I just used the Tanologist oil that it's literally, I put two droplets in my cream, my night cream, and I kind of woke up with kind of a fresh, not too kind of dark, just kind of a fresh look, because I have been feeling really unwell. And even when you don't want to put makeup on, you kind of sometimes have just something kind of to make you look a little bit healthier. So taking that into account, I'm using a different tone foundation today. First of all, I'm going to go in with my 4-in-1 Glow. This is from Maybelline. It's the BB cream, highlighter, concealer, and primer. So we're going to go in with that. This is in Fair and Fair Light. This is in Fair. It's the deeper one, but I think as I have done some self-tanning, I think it'll be absolutely fine. So I'm just going to twist that up. I usually go in with my primer, my full-on primer, but I'm going to use this today as it is a bit later on in the day and I don't need such a heavy primer. And the fact that I've got a little bit of self-tan on, not too much, it's not going to look too dark. So we're going to pop that around. My lives will be Mondays. Now I did do a quick one last night, I think, last night, and it was just a requested budget beauty, some budget beauty products. So I did do that, and that settles into the skin really well, guys. So what I mean by the lives, just following on from what I said, they're going to be Mondays at 6, Monday nights. Every Monday is going to be consistent. We'll be alive. The other weeks will just be, the other days of the week will be a video. But every single Monday night at 6 o'clock, guys, there's going to be a live. So just keep that in mind. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. If you like this content, do subscribe, because weekly now I've got Mondays off work continuously. So that will be the focused week for lives. So that's kind of what it looks like, guys. I think it really does blend into the skin well. I wouldn't say it's a concealer, but it might be a concealer for, one moment, guys, sorry. So I'm not quite sure what went on there, guys. I did have a phone call and the lighting went off. So I do seem to always have bad luck with lighting. But yes, so I wouldn't particularly, for me anyway, use the Maybelline 4-in-1 as a concealer. I will go in with my own. But the first thing we're going to do is go in with a Wet n Wild product. And this is the deeper tone. This is the Tinted Hydrator, lightweight, non-greasy finish. And mine is in, I think I've got light. This is light, but it is quite deep, and I think I'll get away with this today because I do have some self-tan on. So we're going to do that now, and I'm going to apply it with the finger on the face, and then we're going to go in with a sponge. So that's what it looks like. A liquidy consistency, quite watery. But this one, as I said before, it is darker. But I think because of the self-tan, which was just the Tanologist oil drops that I pop in my skincare at night if I want a little bit of self-tan. And then in the morning, you can see it's developed. So what I'll do is I'll go in with my sponge and I'm just going to dab that. And it really is suiting the tan, because I knew all my other foundations that I usually use are more based towards not having self-tan on your skin. Okay. I'm starting to feel a little bit better. The vitamin D is hitting really quickly, which is good, but the migraines, I'm still waiting for my MRI. So the migraine situation, so the energy level situation, kind of the fainting, all of that kind of thing has certainly stopped. But the actual migraine, starting from here, going all the way back, is still there. So they're trying to kind of bring forward an MRI. They did plan one for August, but because of all of the symptoms I'm having, they're going to bring it forward, and I'll have to go to the John Radcliffe in Oxford for that. So I'm just waiting for that. I just can't wait, because I just need an answer, because they are really taking over my life, these migraines. And if it is something that isn't a migraine and it's something more serious, that's why they want to do the MRI. So yes, let's hope that's okay. So that's what that looks like. I think with the self-tan today, what I'm going to do is go in with my peach corrector. It's my color corrector. So that is, again, it's a Maybelline eraser, and that's what that looks like. It's really making good progress on that one. It is in peach, and it's the multi-use concealer from Maybelline. Again, it has that sponge tip applicator, and we're just going to go under the eyes. I'm just going to keep in mind that I don't want it to look too bright, given that I do have some self-tan on. Just keep that in mind if you're using self-tan. Keep in mind your usual concealer, because it will look a lot brighter just because you do have self-tan on. And again, these were just 2 Tanologist drops that I put in my moisturizer at night, and it did give me a very healthy glow. So I'm glad I didn't put too much more on. So again, I'm using the same sponge, just going in under the eyes. After this, I've got some study to do. I'm doing the Nathan Johnson skincare course along with Global Beauty. I have a model who's responded to my course assignment. That's great. I went on Instagram and found a model, searched and kind of put myself out there, which is definitely out of my comfort zone. But I've got a model now. Her name is Maisie. She's really nice. So the first thing I'm going to do is go and see her and just look at her skin. The first thing that Nathan Johnson always says is, because she sent me a photo of herself and said, look, this is what I look like, what foundation, and I said, it's better if I see you face to face, because trying to color match a photograph, you just don't know the undertones and things like that. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to meet up with her. Obviously I'll take some of my makeup, my foundations with me basically, but if there is one that she specifically uses, it'll be good for me to know too. So I do a skin preparation color correcting photograph with her. So that's like what color corrector would you use, which in this case would be an orange color corrector. Then it's, can you do that from do the color corrector to a day look? So I take that photograph, and then the day look to a night look, and then I take that photograph and then I submit it. If you remember, if you're a long time subscriber of mine, I did QC Makeup Academy Makeup Artistry certificate with them years ago, and that was Nathan Johnson. He's a celebrity makeup artist, but he does give you personal feedback. He's amazing, guys. And sometimes, you know, he'll just tell you what you need to hear. If you haven't taken something in properly, you know, he will just tell you, you know, and it's sometimes, you know, he's just kind of, I've had some friends who have done QC Makeup Academy, and they're, you know, you get a kind of maybe a 2 or 3 minute voice memo as well as the grade. So you'll see the grade, and then, so for example, say you've got a B, he'll also put like a voice note under that. And so some of my friends have said, well, he really is, he's not, I don't think he's harsh. I just think he says things, he's very passionate. He wants you to do well. So yes, keep that in mind if you do his course. But he's amazing. He's on TikTok. Obviously, I think everybody knows him. He's got Instagram. He's a celebrity makeup artist, but he's one of those makeup artists that has stayed humble, that is ready to just help you at any age that you feel like, I want to change my career. And the fact that he now does the skincare course, which he didn't do when I started out, it was just makeup artistry, theatre makeup, and then master makeup artistry. And now there's so much. There's hairstyling, you can be a one-to-one clothes stylist. I mean, he's really expanded everything. So for me, the skincare is the next thing for me that I wanted to do. I've got a really, really big interest in it, but it is a tough course. I joined the the Facebook QC Makeup Academy Students Forum. And I just asked a question about who's finding the skincare challenging, and so many people. It actually made me feel better because so many people came back and said, I'm struggling with this. There's so much information to take in. Absolutely. So, but it's worth it, because if you add that on, if you're interested in becoming a freelance makeup artist, but you know, even if you are a makeup artist, I've had situations years ago where somebody will say, I've got dry skin, I've got X, I've got Y, what do you think? And I would have been trained in makeup, which was a little bit about skincare, but not as in-depth as this course in particular. So I'm really valuing the fact that I'm going to have so much more information to offer going forward. And I absolutely want to change my career, guys. Support work has been lovely. It's been eye-opening. I really, really kind of admire men and women that have been in the support work career for years and years and years, because it takes a toll. I don't think I could do it. It takes a toll mentally, in the fact that you're seeing these people, and some progress, but some just won't, and you're going in day by day and seeing that kind of degenerate. You do get a lot of staff turnover, because people start and they realize how kind of intense it is, and you know that they can't really cope, and so they move on. I stayed because obviously for 7 years I was a manager at Energy Kids, and then they changed to Junior Adventure Group. There was a takeover, and then we got some sick staff, so there was not ever enough cover for me to actually, sometimes I'd be in there in the after school with 30 children by myself, and it just wasn't. It had started off really good, and then things just happened in between those 7 years, and I tried my best, my absolute best. Loved the kids, absolutely adored them. I've always wanted kids of my own, and they kind of filled a gap. And so yes, I really do miss them, but I knew kind of 2023 was my last Christmas with them. And I just knew we didn't have the funds, we didn't have the staff, we had just been taken over, and I just don't think it was the right thing to stay. I just don't. So yeah, so that was hard. So that made the support work, going back to what I mean, that made for me support work my main kind of focus. So I knew I want to study, I want to go back to QC Makeup Academy, and I want to just completely change my career, because I don't think that I really admire, as I say, I don't think that I am the type of person that could do support work for years and years. It's just, for me, it's draining. Sometimes, you know, staff are tired, and, you know, you've got one person that wants to do it one way, one person wants to do it another, you know, and it can really, really be challenging. So for me, I'm going to just kind of keep my head focused. 2025, I want to focus on the channel, I want to focus on YouTube, I want to focus on my career in makeup artistry, and kind of just focus on being successful. The other thing that drives me for skincare and makeup artistry is that I want to be my own boss. You know, everybody knows the feeling of going in and having to kind of, not to answer in that sense, I don't mean that in a harsh way, but, you know, being your own boss, I don't think there'd be any other better feeling for me anyway. So that's kind of going to be something I want to do, but I want to learn. You know, I think in makeup artistry, trends change constantly. And so you need to stay on top of that, but also you need to have the fundamentals behind that. For me, meaning skincare. So I can tell somebody, you know, actually, you've been using this foundation. I'm so glad we had this one-to-one, because you're actually, you know, dry sensitive. You're not sensitive, you're dry oily. So you can kind of, and then they know, they'll come back to you because they know that you've told them the right things. I mean, there's just so many things that can expand. And also, if you don't want to do makeup artistry and you just want to be a skin consultant, this course will qualify you for that too. So if you just wanted to work, say, in, you know, maybe a spa, things like that, and you wanted to add on to that kind of section in beauty therapy, you could do that as well. So I did go on there for a little bit, but I did want to kind of say that this channel will change this year. I kind of want to get a hold of what is going on with my head, you know, everything like that, because they have given me these medications that I think I put a post up of a couple of posts ago, and they're not really, you know, they do make you sleepy, but I'm still not really getting rid of that. So there certainly needs to be an MRI done, because I do think there is something there. And hopefully once we find that, we can kind of deal with it. So, okay, so I've put that peach color corrector. That was the Maybelline Multi-Use Concealer. I did have, and I may have to go and get it, because before we do anything else, I want to put on my Makeup by Mario. But I was going to put, and I will go and get it, my E.L.F. Hydrating Concealer. So we'll be back. So before that Makeup by Mario goes on, as I said, I love the E.L.F. Hydrating Concealer. I'm learning myself, kind of my skin is changing through the years. As I was a teenager, I had really sensitive, oily skin, anything to put on, and I had acne. And I still have acne to a point, but not to the point where I need to kind of be on top of it constantly. But what I do have now is dry skin. So today I'm going to be using my E.L.F. Hydrating Concealer. You can just get the normal one. This is the Hydrating Camo Concealer, and I have the lightest one, I think. So let's just pop it on. It has a nice little doe for too, so you can really just get where you need to. Again, if you don't have primer for your eyes, you can use concealer. You don't necessarily need primer. Okay. And then just here, so basically just the T-zone. Okay. Making use of this light today, guys. It's beautiful out. It's cold, but it's beautiful outside. Okay, so that's what we're going to use for that. I think I'll still go in with my blender. I've got a cup of tea here, guys. If you see me take a little sip, it's been helping my throat. I think I just caught something. I take public transport a lot. During the week, I carpool in the mornings, and then in the evenings going home, if I'm not on an overnight, I'll catch the bus. Or if I've met, so for example, I met a friend on Friday night yesterday for coffee, so took the bus home. And it's just the nature of public transport, isn't it? You just tend to pick up things that you don't want to necessarily. After my MRI and everything's done, and if everything is given the go-ahead, my theory is obviously already done, I'll book the practical. I just didn't want to go ahead and book the practical if they said, you know, when you think of neurology, it's all about the head and visual and things like that. So if they mentioned anything about driving, I didn't want to go ahead and do a test and then not be able to drive. So I've got a car, as you know, you've seen it. You've seen it in my videos, but I don't want to kind of go ahead and rush into a practical if they say, you know, we found X or Y and you can't drive. But the theory is done. The theory is done, so that's good. So once I find out, hopefully, about the MRI results, I am definitely going to just jump on and book that practical. So, okay, so that's all kind of blended in really nicely. I really make sure to kind of color correct really kind of properly with the tones of the foundations and concealers, just because I knew I put a little bit of self-tan on. I didn't actually realize it was going to come out as strong as it did. I got out of the shower this morning and I was like, wow, okay, that's even after a shower. So Tanologist, guys, I think I do have a years ago, that's how long I've been getting Tanologist, a video of it on it, but it's really good. I get the droplets that you can just pop in, so you don't need to miss or anything like that. Just pop it into your moisturizer. Obviously wash your hands afterwards. You can either use it in the body or the face, and it's absolutely fine. It's never broken me out. So there we go, we've got kind of the face done now. So what I'm going to do is use my Rimmel, actually we won't do the setting spray until we do the bronzer, and I don't want to do that until I use my Makeup by Mario. We're using the light here. I'm going to pop up the light there a little bit more. Is that it there? I just want to make sure we got the right light here, guys. Okay. Because it's important for you to see the colors. I'm going to do the lighting, and then we're going to go in with Makeup by Mario. I think for now, we're just going to stick with this one. Okay, we're back. So yes, Makeup by Mario. This is the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. Mine's in light. And it does come out quite dark. I think I've said that before. This was on my live last night. I did show it. It does look a little bit lighter. You can see the sunlight there. Gorgeous day today. But then when you put it on, I'm not going to do a contour. You can if you want to. I'm not going to. I'm going to put it all around the face, and then we're going to use my, again, you can see I haven't used brushes yet today. I find with my concealers lately and my foundations and BB creams, the sponge, once I don't wet it, it's great. If I wet the sponge, obviously I think most of you know, wet your sponge, half of the product will come out on the sponge. But for me, it's just been great. So what we're going to do now, set that before we go with any powder blush or powder bronze. You can see the sun is doing all sorts of things today, and my lighting is on, so let's do that. Okay, we're going with the flow with this, guys, but I am changing the rooms. Everything is being changed around at the minute, so that's why in the next few videos, if you see in a different background, I've got a whole new lighting setup coming. So yes, we've kind of got that done. What I wanted to say is I'm going to set, I've done the Makeup by Mario, and we've kind of put that in Minds and Light, and what I'm going to do is use my Rimmel translucent setting powder, and then we're going to go in with our bronzer and our blush, and then I'm going to do the brows, and we're going to get onto that Too Faced Teddy Bear palette, which I'm really excited to show you guys. So we're just going to go in with my buffing brush, and this is just the E.L.F. If you keep the E.L.F. brushes really, really kind of clean and be really mindful of cleaning them, they last for years, guys. They really do. And E.L.F. are one of those products, I think, both in skincare and in makeup and brushes, they really do, for the cost they are, so they are kind of a lower end, but they do really put a lot of thought into their products and what they do. So that's fine, because we're not going to go in with cream contours or cream bronzes today. What I'm going to do is go in with my Huda Beauty Glowish bronzer, and then I am going to go in then with the Kiko Milano, and this is the Rouge blush. I love the packaging in this too. I've had this for a while. It's really, really nice. Really nice. I'll do a little swatch for you there. That's what that looks like. Really, really nice, and it's good for day or night. So let's just get into that. This is just the Huda Beauty. I've had this for a long time. This is their Glowish by Huda. That's what that looks like, Huda Beauty. So we're going to go in again. I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques contour brush, and we're just going to start from the forehead, making sure that we're going right back to the hairline and popping that kind of tan color back into the face. I got these earrings, guys, on Etsy, and they're just really pretty, really, really pretty. I'll try and pop down the lady that does it. Last night somebody asked me on my live the other earrings I wore, and I'll try and put a picture up somewhere, but they were by Saltwater Secrets, and they're like a small company on Etsy, and they're really, really good. They do kind of like bracelets, necklaces. If you don't like hoop earrings, they do stud earrings, that kind of thing. I wouldn't wear these to work, obviously, but I would wear them out with friends, things like that. So yeah, so that's kind of it. If you can kind of swirl it around, it reminds me of the oh my goodness, Laura Geller consistency. So we're just going to make sure that. So that's nice, guys. I like the Real Techniques brush because you can take a little bit on and you can start light and kind of go from there. So what we're going to do now is go in with that Kiko Milano, and this is their Unlimited blush in Rouge. It doesn't have a specific name, it just says Rouge. And again, you get a mirror with this, so it's amazing for things like travel. And let's go in with the Cheeks blush. I won this from Chalky Kaz, who is not on, unfortunately not on YouTube anymore, but I won a giveaway years ago, and I keep it really well, and it's really, really done me well, because I do have, and I'll just show you before I blend this out, I do absolutely love my Real Techniques blush brush, but if you want to really get in there in a certain shape, in a certain kind of way, you can see the thinner shape of this brush compared to this. I love them both, but this is amazing just to kind of get into those areas that you want. And then I do use my buffing brush. Do I have my white one close by? I might use this is the E.L.F. Ultimate Blending. These are all going to be washed this weekend, guys. And you can see those two, I think those two really suit one another. They complement each other. So that's the Kiko Milano in Rouge, and this is just the glowish Huda Beauty bronzer, basically. So let's get on, before we do anything else, and go and do the brows. And while we're doing that, I'm going to pop on my Profusion Pigment Base, which is my eye primer. And we're just going to pop that on now. Comes out super quick. You can get the skin color, but I like... You only need a little bit. It goes a long, long way. You can use a brush or you can use your fingers. I tend to just use my little finger. There we go. So for the mascara part of the video, guys, I will fast forward it just to kind of... I know I've been chatting a lot, but just to kind of say again, it will be Mondays will be the lives and everything else will be a recorded video. So I always say, when people see this for the first time, if you're looking at this for the first time and you haven't seen this on before, it does look quite ghostly and white, but it settles into the skin really quickly and you do not need a lot. Considering the size, if I just show you, of this is quite small, it lasts so long, guys, so long. Depending on, obviously, if you wear makeup every single day. I don't. But even if you do, you don't need a lot, and then you can bring it up as far as you want to. Now, the reason, if you're wondering, I put this on before the brows is I know we're going to do the brows, and then that gives this time to get a little bit sticky and tacky. So that's what we're going to do. So now I'm going to go in with the E.L.F. Precise Brow Pencil, and this is in brown. You get your brush on one side and your pencil on the other, so that's what we're going to do. I know it looks, compared to everything else, it looks super white, but it does go into the skin, settles into the skin, and it absolutely keeps your eyeshadow on for hours and hours and hours. Okay. So there's a Natasha Denona palette, guys. She's got loads of minis out at the minute. But there is one. My friend is outside with his dog. Sorry, guys. Where I am, guys, lots of dog walkers, and my friend just walked by with his dog and looked in the window. Sorry. Okay, so I've just brushed them on both sides. So basically there's a Natasha Denona palette. It's called Blossom, but it is a ridiculously expensive, so I'm not going to get it yet. I'm on a no-buy for makeup. I'm on a, not anything to do with skincare. Absolutely, if I need it, I'll get it. But there's a Natasha Denona, and I will pop it up here. It looks amazing, and I'm into like the deep browns. I'm not really a cool tone brown person. I like warm browns, reds, kind of pinks and plummy colors, and it's absolutely beautiful. But it's £64, so I am not going anywhere near it right now because I'm on a no buy for makeup. I've got so much of it, guys. The only thing I'll do is replenish my makeup kit, which I think I'm going to have to do for that model, but I don't mind that. But what I'm saying is, for myself, I think I've certainly got enough makeup. Okay. What I would also advise, guys, if you have really feel like you need makeup every day, but don't want to kind of, or don't really feel like have the confidence to wear it, get a little bit of self-tan and put it in your moisturizer, put it on your body, use it on your face cream, a bit like the Tonalogist oil, and you will wake up just a little bit more, kind of look a little bit more kind of healthier. And that would be kind of something that I would do, get into a self-tan routine. If somebody wants me to do mine, I will. I haven't done it in a long time, as in recording it, but it really does just, you wake up looking a bit more fresher and healthier. So that's the brows. And what I'm going to do, I do spray my setting sprays twice, usually, but that's only if I do a cream eyeshadow like I had on last night in the live. So we're not going to do that. So what I'm going to do now is go straight into that Teddy Bear palette from Too Faced. And again, this is what it looks like. It's so cute. Obviously, it's got beautiful packaging. You've got the bear there as well. But obviously for me, I love the browns, the warm browns. For me, a cool tone brown is nice, but I just never really felt like it suited me. On other people, it's lovely, and I've done it on other people before. But this is what you get. I mean, look at those colors, guys. Absolutely fabulous. So we're going to be doing, so you kind of see the color story here. So you've got kind of the pinkish plummies, then you've got your glitters, and then you've got the brown neutrals as well. So I like the fact that you don't just get a really deep color, you get medium toned browns, so you don't have to you don't just have one choice. It is smaller than all of the other Too Faced palettes. That's the only thing I'd say. And I'll also say it's no way new. It's been out for about 3 years, but it's something I never specifically kind of put on my channel. I think I did like a haul once or twice, and it might have been in the haul, but I don't think I actually did a look with it. So this is what that looks like. So what we're going to do is do a transition color, and we're going to be using this. They are all named at the back. So this one, if I just do it side by side, the one we're going to use is this one here, and this is Pot of Honey. So that's what that one looks like there, and we're going to swatch it for you. Pot of Honey, and that's just going to be our transition color. So I'm just going to get my E.L.F. eye blender, because it's a really soft, nice brush. It gets into, it's not it doesn't kind of place the color somewhere you don't need it. So I will say you don't get a lot of color either, but you don't need a lot. So that you might think to yourself, well, the actual eyeshadows each are quite small compared to the other ones, but you don't need a lot, and you'll see what I mean when we start to put this on. The color grabs really quickly, and obviously we do have the profusion to thank for that too. So it's just called Honey. It might not be showing up on camera just yet. It's showing up in the mirror, but it's just called a Pot of Honey, which I thought was really nice and really like cute kind of so we're just bringing that right in. Don't be afraid to bring that right in, guys, because you want to get that kind of smoked out look. Really gorgeous color. And that's it there, if you can see. I will put pictures up as well on Instagram, TikTok, and obviously on the post afterwards. But that's what that looks like, and that's called a Pot of Honey. I can just smell chocolate, guys. Oh my goodness. You can just smell chocolate in my room right now from this. If you're just looking at it now, it does have or if you didn't remember me saying, it smells of chocolate. The whole pan just smells of chocolate. It's just like makes you hungry. Okay, so I'm going to do that on the other side. So this is the one we're looking at. This is a Pot of Honey right here. Okay, we're going to go back in again, and it's really simple to carry, guys, travel friendly. It has a full length mirror. I think it's gone down in price since I last bought it. I bought this a long time ago, and I've kept it really well, kind of spraying it and everything like that. I've used it in my kit before, but I don't know the price now, but I will put everything in the description. It's not on Cult Beauty. It might be on Look Fantastic or Sephora. I'll check it, but it's not one of their newest, so that will be the only concern I would have, is that it's not one of their newest palettes, so you may not see it on the Too Faced unless you go into the Too Faced website, but I will have a look for you guys. So that's it, guys. You can see it's a really gentle glowy brown, if that makes any sense, glowy brown, but it kind of is that lovely transition color, which then gives you a choice of what kind of color story you're going to go with. So you've got that plummy color. We're going to go with our browns today, but you do have this gorgeous, which I will do. I'll do a look too, and I'll do the plummy. We're going to go with this side today, which is kind of the medium brown. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to have a quick look and decide the inner corner. So what I'm going to do first is, this is Bare It All. So sorry, so this one here, I'm naming them for you, Bare It All, and I'm going to go in with my finger, and I'm going to cover the whole bottom lid with that, because that just gives us another base as well as the profusion, and then anything we put on top of that will kind of glow a bit more as well, and you can even see what it's done there. So we're going to go in again. This is Bare It All. It's such a beautiful, pretty palette, guys. And I think when something looks really pretty, you just want to use it. You want to use it. So I did want to come on, even though it's been out for a long time. This is going to be look 1. I'll do look 2 as well, which will be more plummy side. So that's that. I've used Bare It All. I've used a Pot of Honey on the top in the crease. And now what we're going to do is, I'm looking in the mirror as we're doing this, guys, so that you can see it as well. I'm going to go in the outer corner, the inner corner with this one, which is Sharing is Caring. This one here, you can see it. Let's do a swatch for you. Sharing is Caring, and we're going to go on the inner corner with that, and then we're going to go with that deeper one on the outside, which is here, and that is I'm just going to make sure I'm reading that right. Stuffed. This is this one. And then we're going to go in with the glitter. So basically it will kind of work out that way. So what we're going to do is just bring that in, because we want the glitter to be right on the inner corner. And you can see, guys, nothing takes over each other. It's not super harsh, but you could certainly go in and make it a nighttime look. So we're going to go in again with that. Bringing that in just until the corner. And we're going to go on the other side and do the same thing. And I find this is quite quick to do as well, so it's quite nice too. If you're in a rush, you don't have to. So what I'm going to do now on the outer corner is go in with, this is called Lace Teddy, this one right here. And we're going to do a swatch. That's a little bit darker, as you can see. And I'm going to use the same brush. And we're just going to even deepen that even more. So you can notice the difference here as I placed it. I didn't swoop, I placed, swipe even, swoop. We're going to go here, placing, really being careful to place that. And you can see, guys, I've used the same brush for the entire time. We're going to go in one more time, and then we're going to look at those glitters. So there's a glitter and there's a shimmer. So we might go in with the glitter today, I think. But this is one of my favorite palettes to use, guys. I'm sure it must have gone down in price by now from when it originally. So that's what we are looking at right now. And now what we're going to do is go in with that shimmer. So the one I'm going to choose to go in with is, if I just try to do this for you here. And this is literally just called Teddy Bear. It's a shimmer. Getting a really good... And that's the swatch. This is a shimmer. The glitters, I would say, is this one and that one. This one is a shimmer. I think it just goes with what we've done today. It goes with the color story. And again, with shimmers and glitters, I tend to use my finger because it warms to the skin really quickly. I'm going to go in again, same color. And I think we could actually go in with a glitter because it is coming on, but I think just to get that a little bit extra we could definitely go in with a glitter. So we're going to go in with this one here, which is Lace Teddy again. I think we've gone in with this one, but no, we haven't. They both just stuffed. We went in with stuffed and Teddy Bear. This is Lace Teddy here, that one. So we're just going to go in, and that definitely just brings it a little bit more. You can see the difference there. That's definitely what we wanted. And what I'll do quickly is I'll do my mascara and come back. Okay, I've had to turn the camera, guys, a different way because the sun is just jetting into the room. Even though the lights are on, I don't really want to close the curtains, but the mascara I did was Collections Mile High. I will put pictures up afterwards, but it's just, my goodness, from being a really dull day, it's gone really bright and sunny. As you can see, I've got the blinds down. You can see the shape of my face. But this is the mascara I'll show you. This was 2 coats, and I used my E.L.F. Eyelash curler. My goodness, guys, look at my face. Okay, so I'm hoping you can see there will be a picture literally up here, and then I'll put it in the post, put it in TikTok, on TikTok, and I'll put it on Instagram. So I used the Mile High Collections mascara. So from Collections, it's their Mile High mascara. It's a fiber mascara. I just want to show you the brush because obviously we can do that. It's a beautiful brush, guys. The shape and the shape of the bristles and everything really gets into those inner corners too, and it's the only one that I would really trust on my bottom lashes, so that says a lot. So what we're going to do now is go in with the lipstick. The lipstick's from number 7, and it's more of a cream. This is the Lip Crayon High Shine from number 7. I've had this a while, and the color is, my goodness, guys, I'm so sorry about the lighting. It looks absolutely crazy. The color is Daydreamer, so I think it just goes really well with this. Again, there will be pictures. I'm glad it's come at the end of the video rather than the start. So you can see it's just a really nice creamy, I would call it pink, but more skin tone. And again, it's a crayon, really soft, really moisturizing. Okay, and that's the video, guys. There will be pictures afterwards, obviously. I do use my Revelation Matte Fix setting spray, which we're going to put on now because I'm going out. Okay, and that's it. You only usually need one. I will put pictures up afterwards because the sun is just doing its own thing right now. Right at the end of the video, of course, it would be my look. You probably can't see. I'm going to put pictures up straight away after this. They will be on the video as well, so you'll see it as it's being recorded. Have a great day, guys. Thank you for the subscribers. I really do appreciate it. As I'll say just at the end again, just as a reminder, Mondays will be lives at 6 p.m. UK and Ireland time. Have a really good day, guys, and I'll see you soon.